How we doing, everybody? I thought I'd go live for a little while today. I know I put it for 11:35 p.m., but it was actually 11:35 a.m. So if that is a problem, uh, TikTok waiting for this to start. Okay, how you doing? I wanted to tell everybody. Not I really don't even know what that means. So TikTok waiting for this to start. I hope that means you're on here. So I just thought I'd go live today, see how everybody is doing after their second day in the new year. Do a live Q&A, give a special offer on the Q&A for our coaching. That's where my wife and myself talk to individuals on a daily basis, weekly video conference calls. We're also starting some new programs. She has several new live classes that she's going to be doing that we'll also have them put as pre-recorded. And then she is doing, we together, or mostly her, is going to do group walking and or individualized just walking times where she's actually going to walk people through on the treadmill or whatever. If they want to go walking outside and she's going to be on the treadmill, or I'm sure there's going to be times where she's outside also. But we are offering several new amenities. And just for the live Q&A, I put up a special link right to the Q&A that will get you a very serious deal, even off the deal of what we're currently offering. So this is a limited time deal just for this live. And I'm probably going to do this occasionally just for the people that are on the live. So basically, if you are on the live and you want to take us up on the offer, you have the link right pinned in the pinned comment above. I'm even going to put it down here a couple more times. Boom. And that way, people will then be able to take us up on coaching, and they will come to the live. So if they want to get special offers, which I think is a good idea. Anyway, let's start doing. Casey, how are you doing, man? So let's start doing some Q&A. Does anybody have anything going on? My New Year's resolution is not to write 2021 for the next few weeks while writing the date. I actually don't have to have that much issue with that. I really don't. I did want to do one more thing, though. Oh, well, that's not going to be an issue because I have the volume off. Perfect. Casey the most, how you doing, dude? I hope everything is going good for you. And hey, man, if you wanted help with your last, like the next phase of it, by the way, we are running a serious coaching offer, so you could possibly check up on that. We could help you out. Trust me, I think it would be an interesting thing. But what else is everybody doing? What is going on in the world of fitness that we can talk about? I know what's going on in the world of everything else. Kashina Williams, how are you? I hope you're having a great morning too. We are. I got some work to do, and then the wife and I are going to go see JJ Gray play at the Birmingham Blues Bar. Cannot fucking wait. We saw him last year on the first. This year we had to go to the second because I almost forgot to order tickets. But we're going to a concert today. I feel it feels weird because like I really am seeing like such a dichotomy of the world where like we are literally going to what is going to be a packed shoulder to shoulder concert today, and it looks like a news reporter. I'm just trying out some new stuff. I actually have a stand for this. I don't know why I'm holding it like this. Just be weird, I guess. I don't know. That's because that's what I do. I'm just weird. Anyway. Can you guys still hear me well? But yeah, it should be a lot of fun, to tell you the truth. Mary McGinnis, how are you doing, Mary? It should be a lot of fun. We've been conducting ourselves pretty 2019 down in here. So accountability was around the family. Accountability was around the family, and you know how that can be, dude. I'm telling you, like we have, I mean, for real, anybody that's hopped on. We are going to start doing this thing where we're going to have offers for different stuff. And right now, probably the best offer we have, we're going to cut a deal for our coaching. If you need it, it's right there. Take us up on it. And that deal is only going to be available for while this live is going on. So you have to like accept it while the live is going on. I might even do like 10 minutes after just for people to wrap it up and take care of it. But we can help you out. And I really think that like you're at the stage where you've worked out really hard and like that. You need some accountability settings for yourself. You need to be able to build healthy habits for yourself. And that's what we do. So let's see. Slipknot, maggot for life. I love it. My goal is to lose 10 to 20 pounds. My biggest regret from 2021 is abusing my body with ultra processed foods, but it's not too late to go change myself. Absolutely is not. We help people with that on a daily basis. That is a norm. And just to be real, don't beat yourself up, because that is a huge portion. And I mean, a huge portion of the issues that people have is the ultra processed foods. I mean, it is just a massive portion of what they have. And don't get me wrong, I still have some occasionally. Like, I mean, I eat them just for pleasure, but I view them that way. I view them just for pleasure. It is, and that's literally how I treat it. But that and consistency of walking and consistency of activity and stuff like that, we could definitely, like, we could help you out too. I am on a mission this year. 2022 is going to be the year where we help get the world healthy. I know the world is crazy. I know there's lots of stuff going on and there's lots of stuff to be terrified about. But what we are going to do is focus very hard on what we can help affect change in. And that is to actually try to get people as healthy as humanly possible. That is what we want to do. That is what we are going to try to do. And I truly think that, like, not that I'm not going to talk about that. Frankly, I mean, we still have the Gains Cast. And I don't know which day we're going to do it this week, but we're going to start setting like a pretty consistent day, I believe, to get that done. And we're going to start having a lot more guests on and everything like that. But I also wanted to say, like, I mean, if you want to hear me talk about all the other craziness, go over my Twitter, the MFing COO, sometimes Instagram, TikTok. I talk about all sorts of crazy stuff. That's the Alan Roberts on TikTok. But excuse me. It's the carbonated water. But, we are going to try our very, 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 very best to make sure we get as many people healthy as humanly possible this year. It's got to be the point where people feel masks are an integral part of their identity. I believe that that's part of it too. I mean, it's odd because, like, it is acknowledged that they're facial decorations. But I mean, here's my thing, because this is truly my thing. You do you. Okay, but we should all just try to be as healthy as possible. And if you don't want to be as healthy as possible, that's also your option. You can do what you want to do. You can take whatever you want to take, inject whatever you want to inject. You can do you. But I just don't like when people are unrealistic about it. And then they try to put that unrealism onto other people. That's what's crazy. So, no, it's not fitness related, but do you prefer Challenge All-Stars Season 2 or the Challenge Spies, Lies, and Allies? Hope you enjoyed the concert later. Ever since the show's moved to Paramount, I'm seeing that these people are just trying to act a character more. Nelson is just cringy as fuck. I mean, Nelson is just cringy as fuck. Like, they all try to act like they're superheroes and shit like that. The only one that I still think is kind of being himself is CT. I'm glad he won again. The Challenge All Stars is okay too, but they all are just kind of playing a part also, I think, to a certain degree. I like the All-Stars. I like the Season 2 All-Stars way better than the Season 1. The Season 1 All-Stars was crazy horrible. It really, really, really was. I still think that these people have just, like, the most inflated opinion of themselves for being in a canned competition. Like you can clearly tell who is the pick to win almost every single time. It's kind of crazy. But it is what it is. But I like it. I mean, it's some of the only TV that my wife and I watch besides, like, educational stuff. And we'll sit down and watch an old show. Like, we're watching Castle right now, and then we watch Bones, like way stuff from years ago, because the stuff anymore is just fucking politically correct crap. I can't take it. Approaching 2-year anniversary of 2 weeks to stop the spread, and yet you're villainized for pointing out that 95% of it is directly related to health. That's the thing. It's kind of strange. When people get really, 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 really upset when I point to certain things, like when I point to the CDC's statements and stuff like that, that gets kind of weird. Give me 1 second here. Let's see. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't know in what other, like, healthy way to put it to some people, because here's the thing, like, and I really wish people could see this. I mean, I really wish people could see and understand this, is that, hang on, I'm trying to look for the figure, but because the thing that I find most worrisome is that, like, it does negatively affect people, to not, like, there are people that should know that there is a novel virus still to them because they probably have not, if they have not had it, everybody will eventually get this. It's going to be an endemic virus, right? And there are people that are at very high risk that we made it appear by our reaction that everybody was at the same risk, which is just not nearly true. It's just not even in any way close. It's just not in anywhere close. Let me see if I can. I have it somewhere on my. I have the link someplace. And there's bunches of crazy stuff too. I mean, it really is like, there's some crazy pictures, some crazy things, more crazy people, more crazy people, more crazy people, more crazy people. Here it is. So, we'll go to that in a second. My last, you know what? No, we'll do it right now because I just think it's important to see this. Share screen, Chrome tab. This is the provisional counts, right? And for those of you that, want to, oh, here we go. That's what I need to do. Okay, boom, put this up. And then over here, like just so everybody can understand and see and grasp, because that's what I truly hope out of this. Because this is not misinformation. This cannot possibly be seen as misinformation. I just want people to understand like what's going on here and how we need to look at this. But if you look at this whole thing here, okay, this alone, that's sex and age, race, Hispanic, place of death, comorbidities and conditions, right? So let me move this over here. For over 5% of these deaths was the only cause mentioned. For deaths with conditions or causes, there was an additional average of 4 underlying serious conditions that were the cause of death, right? So just so everybody understands what that means, and everybody can get there a little faster, this is, that basically means that healthy people of any age, it's been a little over 5%. Now, if you're healthy, the stress you've been under for the last 2 years is not proper, right? But if you are a 350-pound person with type 2 diabetes that has hypertension and possible cirrhosis of the liver or possible non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, and maybe chronic bronchitis, you're in deep shit. I mean, like you're in deep trouble. Like, we didn't warn these people appropriately. Like, that has always been my stance from the beginning. Like, we knew this information pretty much from the start, right? And I wanted to help people as much as possible. And you can check back on all my videos. You can check back on what I've said. I have always run under the stance of, I don't care what you look like. I don't care I don't care who you are. I don't care what you look like. I don't care in any way like what you identify as. I don't give a shit about any of that. I really don't. I don't care about any of that. I really care about let's just try to be as healthy as possible, right? And we're not doing that. Like, we are absolutely not doing that by any stretch of the imagination. And nobody seems to be doing it. Like, nobody is, and that's a scary thought to me. Like, it really is, because frankly, it's very, very, very telling that we will not inform these people. Like, again, if you want to take a look at it, we can do it right down here. Like, For over 5% of these deaths, COVID-19, which was the only cause mentioned on the death certificate for those conditions, for those with conditions, it was on the average of 4.0 additional conditions or causes per death. That is not in any way the whole population. I mean, that is very sickly people and very elderly people that we should have very much protected, which was my stance from the very beginning. So my whole premise by even offering the coaching special that we're offering to the people that are live today, which if you are having trouble with your habits, you should check it out because it is a radically reduced price, even from the sales prices just for this live today. But to be real, and people need to get there faster, that health is king. Being healthy is what saves your life in lots of cases. My last year resolution was to lose 25 pounds. I lost 30, and I hope that's awesome in the nick of time. Great job. True, got to get back on track, and I can work. Casey, I'm telling you, we can help you, man. I mean, I can't necessarily give like I said, I can't coach you it wouldn't be fair to my other clients to just give you to coach you full. I've taken a look at what you sent me, and I mean, I could definitely help you out. Let's see, Alan. Since your last video, you mentioned Vince. It hasn't. I've been seeing V-Shreds ads all over. It's crazy, man. They do a great job of advertising. He really does. He does a great job of advertising. So, Rebecca Kaplan, you also have people claiming diet-related diseases like diabetes have nothing to do with eating. The act as if diabetes is airborne. It's kind of crazy. That is nuts. How people are just some people are just fat. That's not true. That is not true. Agreed. Castle is still fire, etc. I went back to watch Criminal Minds while my state was locked down in Victoria, Australia. Rip freedom. I'm sorry to hear about your luck, man. I really, really am. Quebec, Canada is pretty much right there with you. They are just Quebec, Canada. They removed the exemption for their lockdown, people or for their curfew. That people are not allowed to leave their houses during their curfew to walk their dogs. And I still don't understand what time of day has anything to do with. I just don't get it. I don't get how people can be sold that. Anyway, I usually don't feel guilty about for most stuff, but I feel terrible today. Dude, I'm telling you. Casey, get a hold of me. For real, all right? But health at any size, right? It's disgusting. What a disgusting lie that is to people. It's just a horrible, disgusting, evil lie that is told to people. That, you can be healthy at every size, at any size. That's just ridiculous. Can you do healthy actions? Some people they're talking about, you can have healthy actions. That's fine, but don't conflate it, because that's what happens. They conflate it. So it's this ridiculous bullshit that all of a sudden, you can't tell me if I'm healthy or not. If your body type is round, I can fucking tell if you're healthy or not. It's fucking crazy. Yeah, people walk around yelling 800K deaths when the real number is only 5% or 40K closer to the number. And that's, by the way, that is over 2 years almost. That's the crazy part. I mean, that really is. That's the crazy part. Hey, Alan, I've lost 90 pounds since February of 2020 and have never felt better. Really started following your volume training program. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Congratulations. That makes me very, very happy. I appreciate you. Let's see. Is counseling still offered from your site, or do we need to go somewhere different? We are not counselors. We are addiction coaches, food addiction coaches, and we help people with lifestyle habits. We do refer somebody to a particular PhD psychologist. So, and we have never offered it on our site. It is from our site. You can get to her site, but we've never offered it on our site. But yes, we still do. We still have a very good relationship with her, and she does cut a deal for people when they come from us also too. So I'm working afternoon shift 2:30 to 10:30 p.m. and I don't like to eat while at work as I don't feel right working with a full stomach. Is that a substantial habit if I work 7 days a week? I don't see why it wouldn't be. You could eat before. You could eat all your meals before that. Depends on how you want to break it up and how your daily life. That's not that crazy of anything. You can do before and after, or just before. Depends on what you want. And what time you sleep and all sorts of stuff. I would focus on hydration while you're at work, that sort of thing. So let's see. I quit my job over the mandates and gained 15 pounds in 2 months. I didn't realize how much movement I was actually getting in just taking the bus to work 3 days a week. That's something people really don't realize. It's like the ambient activity of just walking around the office. It's the ambient activity of just being up and about. Even then, most people are very, very, very sedentary, and it's very unhealthy. It's you sleep for 8 hours, wake up, sit down, eat breakfast, go to your car, sit down, drive. After you sit down and drive, then you sit down at work, and then you sit down and drive home, and then you sit down and watch TV. Most people don't move barely at all. And then we wonder why we have chronic lower back pain and all sorts of stuff, Anything you can do for me, like who can't use my arms or legs functionally? Anything you can do for someone like me who can't use their arms and legs functionally? Absolutely, because it's not just about activity. That's I think people misconstrue our coaching. Our coaching is literally not for, we don't do very many clients that have very serious athletic lives. We really don't. We focus on more people that need, that they can do the best they can to be as decently stable in their life. We can help you with your nutrition. We can help you try to reach a point of satiety, so you are not constantly eating, that you feel comfortable in not eating. If you are not ambulatory, you can't use your arms and your legs functionally, there's probably a strong chance that you're fairly sedentary. We can help you deal with that. We can also, like the actual function of your arms and legs, that's more for your doctor and physical therapist and stuff like that. But we can help you with the nutrition and habit forming side of it. Absolutely. So we would look forward to working with you. So we work with everybody. So nobody is born fat, period. Nobody is. Nobody. So I'm in Canada. I don't speak for everyone, but I really think most people are against all the BS. I think they are too, but being against it and still allowing it to happen. You guys are going to eventually have to do something about it. So. What do you think about starting off the year with a carnivore month or two? I'm not, the thing about it is, Taylor, is that fiber is a real thing, especially for males, and I just wonder how people, can kind of get there, where it's all you do. Now, don't get me wrong. There's several days of the week that I probably do eat carnivore or close to carnivore, it's not something that I'm foreign to by any stretch of the imagination. However, for a month or two, if you want carnivore plus green leafy vegetables or broccoli and asparagus and Brussels sprouts and stuff like that, I'm down. But just straight carnivore, I worry. I worry about fiber. I worry about other micronutrients. Any nutrition platform that you need to take, any diet that you need to take, you need to seriously watch supplementation to make sure you're getting your basic micronutrients is a little scary to me. That's my biggest thought process. Is it a great tool? It's a fabulous tool for satiety. And as long as you're supplementing correctly, it can be used really, really well, especially if you're supplementing some fiber. But it still doesn't replace, a well-rounded meal plan. The way I view carbohydrates is this: consistent carbohydrate ingestion for the average person should be minimal, because most people don't move that much, and you need your basic amino acids and fatty acids. For people that train decently regularly, some carbohydrates via vegetables on a daily basis can be useful, and then you view carbohydrates by ultra-processed sources as just for pleasure and a treat. If you're looking at the consistent ingestion of ultra-processed foods, even the healthier ultra-processed foods, that's more for athletes. I'm in Quebec, Canada. It's unlivable here, and people want more. I'm very sorry. I'm very, very, very sorry to hear. Thoughts on cold exposure, cold showers, exercising in the cold? I do contrast showers just about every day, where it's hot then cold, hot then cold. The idea is it rushes blood flow to your skin, away from it into your skin. I find it works really, really, really well. It also seems to be relieving some back pain that I have just from being old and beating up my back for fucking decades. I love working out in the heat, though. Nothing beats working out outside in the Florida heat midday for me in the summer. So, but cold exposure, there's lots of data on contrast showers. There is lots of data on saunas, though, too. That saunas, an hour in the sauna burns just as much calories as some walking. Just from the body temperature thing. Hi from Texas. I'm a respiratory therapy school mom of 2 toddlers, and I work full time as a CNA. Any experience in working towards a goal of 5K? I'm not overeating, but not strong. 135. So we have many people that we start from couch to 5K. Crystal has worked with worked individually with multiple clients, getting them to the point where they can run much longer than 5K. So yes, we do have quite a bit of experience. We've trained over 1,000 people. We've coached over 1,000 people at this stage, like actual coached over 1,000 people in the last couple of years, just Crystal and I. So we have experience with, with a good portion of those having specific, get to goals and busy lives. We deal with people that have like actual busy lives. I have multiple videos on this channel where I talk about how YouTube fitness doesn't relate to their audience because they don't understand the waking up, going to work, having kids, doing this, doing that. They just don't get that. So, but yes, Cece, we absolutely could work with you. And if you're interested, again, you should definitely check out the special we got going on, because that is going to be going about this video and then about 10 minutes after it. So, Alan, do you aim for a specific macronutrient ratio? I don't track my calories and I don't track my macros. I know I eat about 1 pound to 1.5 pounds of beef or fish in a day. And I get my healthy fats via that way. I don't, the idea I look by is more sustainability, and I focus way more on if the food satiates me and satisfies me. Now, satiation and satisfaction does often come most of the time with a very serious, high protein, decent, healthy fat, minimal carbohydrate diet. So, but that is different for every single person we coach and train. For me, it is very important. Crystal eats rice like in the morning almost every day. I eat, carbohydrates like that, maybe in the evenings, maybe, and it's just different people. So we adjust to different portions of it. So is there a specific one that I personally aim for? I would guess somewhere around a gram per pound of body weight that I go by right now, just to help keep me satiated, satisfied, and that comes within associated fat content always. And from there, after I've reached satiation, then anything else is just kind of fluff and making sure I'm getting my healthy nutrition in. So, I can see New Brunswick, Canada going down the same route as Quebec. It's ridiculous. I don't understand how people just completely are okay with losing their freedom. I feel for you folks. I wish you nothing but the best. Stay as healthy as you can. Stay as healthy as you can. Get exercise when it's summer. Get out in the sunlight. Do your best. I thought New York was bad, but Canada is far worse. Glad I live in Florida. No kidding. My wife moved us here a couple months before all this crazy shit broke out. I cannot be more thankful. She is fucking precognitive genius. So, audio quality is excellent with the mic. Thank you very much. We are trying to upgrade a bunch of shit because we're gonna have a bunch of clients on, or a bunch of people on the podcast. So, Australia is also bad. The craziness is real. I can imagine. I'm here. Florida real estates are going up because of all the Lib State refugees. Is that true? It will go up, but everybody needs to watch because there's going to be a housing bubble pop at some point in time soon, within the next little while. It just can't be sustained. That and people, so many people not being able to afford their homes and stuff like that. Alan, did you do any martial arts when I was younger? Before my teens and into my early teens, I did judo for a long time, probably 5 days a week. But once I got into track and lifting weights, that stuff's set to the side. And that's it. I might get. Me and my son are talking about doing some joining either jujitsu or something like that gym around here, just to work out together. So we'll see. I weigh 96 kilograms with 12% body fat. Wow, 5'11". Is that too much muscle? I would wonder about the body fat thing. But if you're saying you weigh 220 pounds at 5'11" at 12% body fat, I mean, okay. That's like. I mean, that you're stepping on a stage like fitness model type stuff, like so. But too much. I mean, you're 220 pounds at 5'11". I mean, you're definitely in the obese range. So it depends on how well your cardiovascular system is. At that stage, when you're at 12% body fat, I would measure your waist measurement and do a waist to height ratio and see how you're doing. From there, I'd go from there. Once you're at a very lean state, it's the waist to height ratio that matters more than anything. Now, don't get me wrong. There's certain guys that are going to be like, if you're morbidly obese, if your BMI of 35 and up, you're not healthy. Your heart's being taxed seriously. But to mention, everybody is moving here in states like Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee's the same way. So I hope you have another live stream with Star Saying soon. We will. I'm sure we will. And Alan's reaction to the 12% body fat claim. That's the thing. Like, I mean, people, not only that, but people eye themselves up and they think that they're way leaner than what they are normally. 12% body fat, you got fairly full abs. And if you're that big, uh, you know, 96 kilograms is like close to 220 pounds. Like 220 pounds at 5'11" is a big man. 220 pounds at 5'11" and 12% body fat is an enormous man. Enormous. So, that's about 1.5 to an inch taller than me. I'm a pretty big guy still. 1 second here. Okay. Thank you. One of my old clients just got engaged. I wanted to congratulate. Anyway, okay, there we go. But it's just, I'm not saying it's not truthful. I'm just saying it's an issue. Alan, how are you? I'm doing very, very well. David, I hope you're doing good too. It's protein powder mostly for after workouts. I use it to keep myself satiated, mostly in the morning sometimes, and evening to stop myself from eating nighttime junk. Does that make sense? It does. I would just be careful. I would just be careful because it is sweet. That's why I don't personally use protein powders in the morning. I use protein powder as my nightly treat, almost like a little bit of yogurt protein powder or something like that. So just be careful with that because it might be actually making you hungrier. Whey protein is known to have a satiation effect though too, and that is food. So I would suggest you just be mindful of it, and we can help you with that too. So. Thank you for responding, Cece. Of course. So, Alan, you're my favorite person. Well, thank you very much, Dave. I appreciate it. And again, if you would like to work with us, check out the special. Yeah, no kidding. So, well, I'm going off a DEXA scan. I could definitely have a higher. The problem with DEXA scans is they can be beaten too. A lot of people, it depends on how much water they take in. A lot of people eat meat beforehand, and that registers as lean mass. All sorts of crazy stuff. But again, man, I'm not saying that it's not true. I'm just saying that You're getting to the stage there where I would do waist to height measurement anyway, like a waist to height ratio, and then I would try to see what else you got going on, because very realistically, you got to think about like your long term health. That's what I look more towards that for. Long term health. Anyway. Do you usually do the next day? If you've eaten too much, do you fast or just go back to a regular day of eating? I go back to a regular day of eating. But if I know I'm gonna have an indulgent day, I normally have my food planned out for the day afterwards already, and I have like the water set up, everything like that. So, David, stop, okay? And anyway, hey Alan. I do yoga daily for 15 minutes. Mobility routine needed. If I do yoga daily for 15 minutes, is mobility routine needed? That depends on you. I think that's pretty good mobility work, depending on the yoga sequence. So, woohoo! Just took advantage of the special. That's awesome, man. I appreciate you. That is. I will get you set up. I will get you set up as soon as we're done here. Okay? I appreciate it very, very, very much. Let me check what we got going on. As soon as I'm done here, I'll get you set up. So congratulations. I do appreciate you. Where are we at here? The indescribable one. Okay. David, I'm good. Don't make me put you in timeout. Why not make more videos on more baldness positivity? I'm receding. I personally don't mind and even enjoy it. You know what? I might do some just for jokes. I find it a weird thing in today's world that people are like, they get openly pissed about that stuff. Like, I really do. I find it kind of amazing that people get openly upset about people say stuff about your baldness. Who cares? Like, People should just accept it. Like I would net like the comb overs and stuff like that. Why? Just why? Why? I don't understand. Let me see here. Activity. Anyway. Give me 1 second. So Indescribable One, you just took advantage of it. Please do, and I mean very much so, please do send me the info, your info. Send it to, send it to either the Facebook page or send me something. Send me something on my Instagram, the MFing COO, because I'm not seeing. Anyway, where are we at? 36 minutes. But the bald acceptance thing, I think that's very, very, very funny. Let's see. When would cheat day be appropriate? Honestly, I don't consider anything a cheat day. I kind of just work them in. Like I kind of make it so they're built into my into my thing, like into my stuff. Like I kind of look at them more as along the lines of being built in. I don't consider it to being a cheat of any kind, and that helps me in a tremendous way. When people set themselves up for considering it to be a cheat, I think that is an issue. Like I think that they set themselves up to then be ready to cheat. Basically, that's what I was trying to say. They set themselves up to be ready to cheat, and you can't really cheat. Like your body knows the difference, so you build it in. You make sure that you have it planned out. And it doesn't need to be planned out. Like I'm going to have this specific meal as pleasure, but once a week or once a month or something like that. On the holidays, you have some meals for pleasure, and then the rest of the time you kind of just more mindful. That's what being mindful about your food is. So. Got you. I'm going to message you later because I could use some pointers, brother. Absolutely, man. So my electric impedance scale says 13%, but I probably look closer to the electric impedance scales especially they're not there. So what are the 3 most important vitamins, minerals to include in your diet? Vitamin C, magnesium, zinc, and vitamin D, I would say. Selenium is excellent. Good. Excellent, good is also excellent. So embrace the bald. Absolutely. So we're going to put you in timeout for a little while, David. So sorry, buddy, but you're spamming it too much. So it's creeping me out a little. Let's see. And another one. Jeez. What is with the stuff.tech thing? So let's see. I prefer to phrase it the treat day. So yeah, I mean, you're treating yourself. That's absolutely it. Being bored helps. Never eat out in order. That's right. Just hate the word cheat, I guess. I'm completely with you. And hey, Alan, I would like to wish you a very happy new year to you and your family. Thank you for all the great content. One of the few rays of vision. Still too many V-show drowns. There's a lot of them. There's no shit. There is a fucking lot of them around. I don't know why. I don't know how, but there is a shit ton of them. That is for sure. I wish that I wish we could, I wish that it was like more along the lines that we could manage to we could manage to see it for what it is. Basically, I wish we could actually see our lives the way that our lives and the world the way that it is. Because in truth, in effect, like, we have to enter reality about our food. We have to enter reality about our living. We have to enter reality about the way that we're consuming food and the way we interact with each other. When people openly lie to themselves, and I really think that for the V-shred stuff, people allow themselves to be lied to. Like, to actually think about, listening to somebody that says you can eat whatever you like, you can eat pizza, Kit Kats, and Coca-Cola every day and still have abs. That just strikes me as like somebody knowingly lying to themselves. I actually give people way more credit for being more intelligent than that. I really do. Like, I would like for it to be a much more like realistic thing. It should have been a much more realistic thing, Let me see here. It's just this. I don't buy it. Like, I mean, people lie to themselves. That's where it comes from. It's this like societal lie that they then want to like propagate them telling themselves. So hang on a second. I need to check something. Okay. I just don't know why it's not there. All right. Perfect. All right. So, it's just so strange it's not showing up there. Oh, now it is. Okie dokie. All right, good. I just want to make sure shit was showing up on my side, on my end. So, let me see here. What else we got going on? Oh, good. More questions. And my issue is eating out of boredom. I try not to buy junk and bring it into the house, but that can be a challenge when you live with others. It absolutely can. I mean, we do couples coaching too, because in reality, it makes it much harder. I will say this though, that just makes it all the more important that you stay satisfied, that you stay satiated. You know what I mean? And I know that makes it harder, because that means you might need to eat a little bit more, and you might need to eat a little bit more proteins and healthy fats and stuff like that. But if it keeps you satiated, so it helps you avoid, being tempted by eating like the other stuff, and then find good other mechanisms out of boredom. Like, if you're bored, read a book. If you're bored, do something physical, walk, anything like that. We can help you with that too, because that is a habit thing, and that does make it very, very, very hard. So, hello, Happy New Year. What would you say is the best animal source nutritionally? The one that you like the most? I actually go in phases. I go from like chuck steak. Right now it's sirloin steak. It's bottom round, actually, because bottom round is the most inexpensive steak I can get. And the reality of it is, like, I'll switch to fish. Like, we have some tuna I can't wait to eat up there. We also enjoy eating hamburgers a lot. Like, we've been doing gourmet hamburgers at home, which has just been awesome. And I don't use the bun. I would use a piece of romaine leaf lettuce, or if I use it at all, if not, I eat it as a chop steak. But I mean, the best one is that you're the one you're not going to get sick of. So, that you don't overeat, but you don't undereat. That's the best one. I would suggest a variety, to tell you the truth. So, sorry if you've answered this already, but where are you in the Turkish drone debate? I'm no place on it. I've used Testovan. I've never tried Turkesterone. I've never tried it. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I'm not interested in trying to build up a bunch of muscle mass right now. So I'm no place on it. Christina, I don't think that it's fine during my workout week, but when I'm off days, I do have trouble with how the cravings kick in. I'm telling you, man. We got it. I knew someone who ate unhealthily while white bread heroes, but claimed to be healthy because he lived in the gym. When gym shut down, he gained 30 pounds quick, but still refuses to change his diet. That's what happens. That's what happened to a lot of people. And just that much the daily ingestion of that much ultra processed carbohydrates is just not healthy for you anyway. It's shown to be highly inflammatory. So one would think evolutionary that going bald is in nature would be a visual indication of some kind. The most common cause is hereditary. Under what conditions would these be an undesirable trait? I don't know. I honestly don't. I do know that that I don't fucking care. I really don't. I mean, my thing is if it is since it's a genetic thing, it is what it is. Fucking, I mean, people if there is something that could physically be done about it, okay. I personally started shaving my head before it all fell out anyway. Like the second I started thinning, I started shaving my head, and I like how it looks. My wife loves how it looks, so that's all that matters to me. What are your thoughts on dairy? Is it okay, or should it be avoided? Are certain forms better than others? It depends on the person, of course, because different intolerances and stuff like that. We take in dairy in the form of cheese. And I'm not talking about eggs. I don't consider eggs dairy, but we take dairy in the form of cheese all the time, at least once a day on cheeseburgers, that sort of thing that we make at home. But to be real, give me 1 second. $3.90. There it is. But to be real, I don't stress that much about it. I really don't. I don't stress that much about it. Now, I mean, if I'm drinking too much, I don't drink milk at all. At all. I do, however, one of the things I've been doing for a sweet treat, I'm probably going to do it this evening, if not this evening, tomorrow. I make homemade whipped cream, and then I'll put like cinnamon flavoring in it. I'll use a little bit of stevia sweetener, and I'll put it in the freezer. And every half an hour, I'll turn it one time, and it makes kind of like a homemade ice cream. So I've been doing that. But I've always wondered why the fat acceptance like to go after people and try to seek validation about their opinions. I don't know. Like, it would be just so easy to just turn it, like, to not listen, come to the party a little bit late. What's the release date on the hunger management supplement? We're probably getting the design on the bottle tomorrow. I'm excited. It's going to be under the Ambrosia umbrella to start with, and then we are going to it should be the next month or so. I'm very excited, very, very, very excited. Long time coming. It still normally takes it's still like ahead of schedule, because normally it takes like a year and a half to get this stuff up and running, and that's what we're doing. So, I apologize if you addressed this before, but what are your thoughts on switching between fat burning to carb burning? Unnecessarily useful. Are you talking supplements, or are you talking about like in the form of cardio? Because what you guys really should do, I think that's unnecessary. It's unnecessary micromanagement, which is a huge thing. People unnecessarily micromanage the slightest little things, when in fact that is not the important shit. It's just absolutely not. That is not the important shit at all. The important shit is making sure that people are consistent, have consistency of nutrition, consistency of activity in their lives. That is the absolute important shit. It really is. So, baldness is a desired trait for procreation. It's awesome, but I'm not having no more babies. Hell the fuck no. If you look at animals, they only eat dairy as an infant via breast milk. I've said that multiple times before. It's something I eat for pleasure. It really is. Alan, do you eat berries? I do. We have raspberries in the fridge right now. So I've been eating the fuck out of Florida grapefruits though too. Fucking love them. So let's see. And you are back on timeout, David, because you just don't spam me like that. That's weird. Love your advice. It helped me out a lot. Thanks. Cowboy, you are very, very, very welcome. And thank you very much for the little tip. I appreciate it. David, seriously, you got to comment. I put him on mute again for another fucking little bit. And I'm going to be getting off here. So I did want to tell everybody again, for those of you watching, we are running this special. This is a reduced price just for the people on here. It will last 10 minutes after I come off the air with here, and then I'm closing that down. So please do understand that, that if you are in need of coaching, if you know that this past year has gotten the best of you on habits and your nutrition and your activity, we can help you. Daily video conference calls, daily communication on our app, not daily video conference calls, but weekly video conference calls, live and pre-recorded yoga, live and pre-recorded HIIT style trainings. Crystal's adding a bunch of new stuff, soul fusion, a few other really neat things. We can change your program right on the app. She also has, she's going to start doing group live group walkings or group live walkings, or people just walk with her during the day just to get them started. And we help people by focusing on making sure you stay satiated and satisfied and trying to just be healthier than you were the day before, bit by bit by bit by bit. We have clients all the way, the people that run marathons every month that just need help maintaining a healthy balance between being overactive and stuff like that, all the way to people that are 450, 500 pounds who need to get started, and we start them off just standing up a little bit more often, and everybody in between. We help people with their food behaviors and habits, and the idea is to teach the person the skills they need themselves in order to be able to make adjustments later on in the future. We focus on the health of the person, not your aesthetics, not your looks. I don't give a shit about that. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't care if you hate me. I don't care if you hate me. I will work with you. I really will. I will, because that's irrelevant to me. Like I try to make sure to help as many people as possible. That is our goal. That is our ultimate goal, is to help as many people as possible. That's how Crystal and I, the world is insane. The world is absolutely crazy. I mean, and it went crazy over something that even is on the World Health Organization website, stating that it is like in the range of a seasonal flu. You know, I'm just saying, like, if I can't change any other portion of society, I want to try to get as many people healthy as humanly possible in this next couple of years. So health isn't as big of a scare for people. So we can help you. I don't care if you hate me. I don't care. I will work with anybody. I don't care what you want to identify as. I don't care anything like that. I've worked with I believe we have 2 trans clients now. I mean, I don't care. That's not, I don't care who you're married to, who you want to have sex with. That is irrelevant to me. It is all about helping people be healthy. That is it. That is all. So I hope people take it up. It's probably Sophia, to tell you the truth. And let's see. Send me a message on Twitter. I'll check that out here real quick. Casey here when I'm done. Thank you for these live lately. They've been great. I appreciate it. We're going to do a lot more. As long as they'll let me. We'll do a lot more. Thanks for offering the special. That was a sizable discount. Jump on it, people. Thank you very much. And I'll be setting you up as soon as we're done here. I appreciate it very, very, very much. It's all about calories or is it all about calories or calories and type of food? I would say it's about calories and type of food. I really would. Just because to a certain degree, calories don't necessarily tell you the entire picture of the food. Like you can sit down and eat 1,000 calories of pasta, and it has almost no actual nutrition to it besides just energy. You know, you can eat 1,000 calories of meat plus veggies, and it has almost the entirety of your protein, healthy fats, and micronutrient load for the day, depending on the veggies you put in. So it is way more about the type of food and mixture of the calories, plus your activity level, plus just you as a person. You know, like that's just working about just calories. I mean, that's how people end up eating nothing but protein powder. And that's, while protein powder can absolutely be considered a food if it's, especially if it's whey protein powder, because whey is just a process of, separating dairy. But it's food, but at the same time, whole foods is what you should go to. Then maybe some processed food that have nutritional value to it. Like processed flour and processed sugar have almost no nutritional value to it. So it is way more about the type of food than just calories. One theory, don't limit bald heads. They may confer the evolutionary advantage by protecting you from illness resulting from low vitamin D. There's that, but there's also the fact that to a great degree, a lot of times skin infections start in hair follicle. You start in hair follicles due to hair. So I've thought about that before too. But to be real, to each their own about it. I really don't care. Food quality is absolutely important. I completely agree. I love your take on people. Always be yourself. That's the thing. Like, I mean, I don't know where we got to this stage in society where you actually can't be yourself. Like, it's this thing where people don't want you to be able to say what, like, you can't be yourself. David, Anyway, these live streams are very well done. Thank you. I appreciate it. That's the thing. Like, that's another thing too, that like, I just want to put out to, I just booted David for good. So, but that's another thing too I want to put out to people, right? This is not meant to be derogatory against any other fitness people, quote unquote, right? But they should be able to talk their craft to you live. If they can't, you shouldn't listen. I'm just being real. And to be real, I really mean this. Go look up the shit I talk about. You know, I mean, when I tell you that there are certain things that, you know, are realities, you know, look it up. I mean, I read tons of studies every single day. Like when I tell you that you can't be morbidly obese and healthy because gravity exists. Like, look it the fuck up. You know, like if you don't think that having extra weight, pounding down on your load-bearing joints is going to wear out your cartilage and then bones at a faster rate, especially because the bones of morbidly obese people are normally weakened from the poor nutrition and chronic state of inflammation that they're in. You know, it's just reality. It's not meant to hurt anybody. It's just, like, if anything, it's meant to help people. It's meant to tell the person the truth about their state in life. Funny. Sophia's here. I was worried you were in a never mind. I was going to be really mean, but I'm not going to be, because you're either like, and again, people, be nice to Sophia. Obese people are absolutely weak. I mean, like super weak. Like in many ways, like cardiovascular efficiency is super weak on morbidly obese people. Their bone density is normally super weak. The stroke volume of their heart is normally very, very weak. Obese people are very weak on their ability to self-regulate their caloric intake versus their caloric expenditure is extremely weak. I mean, it is weakness. And I know that upsets many people, but it is absolutely 100%, beyond a shadow of a doubt, true weakness. Like, it is not in any way healthy, you know, like whatsoever. I appreciate how you talk sense. People need the truth. Thank you. I appreciate it. Jamie's life journey. I appreciate you very, very much. Plus higher risk of certain cancers. I mean, it is just absolutely proven that being morbidly obese puts you at a higher risk of like 13 different types of cancers, more than even smoking. It is what it is. And the reason for that is the fat cells release highly inflammatory cytokines, including TNFA, which is tumor necrosis factor alpha. I mean, it causes tumors to grow. It's just reality, people. What the fuck? Hey, Alan, catching you late, but I just wanted to say I finished your book last night, and it's a great read. Tiffany, thank you very much. And since you joined late, just so you know, and this is in closing, this is the special we're running for this live right now for our coaching, just for this live. It's a massive. It's even more discounted than our actual holiday sales. So you can check that out. It is truly like one of the correlation, not causation. It's actually causation. It truly is. It's actually causation. So, but back to Tiffany, we're running a special. It's 3 month special at a massively discounted price. So if you like the book and you still want to help implementing some of the stuff in there and building healthy habits, please do check that out. To anybody, please do check that out. Obesity is the West's biggest killer. It absolutely is. And let's see. Just added 15 pounds hurts my back. Cheryl, it absolutely, and many people feel that too. Let's see. It's crazy to me that people still believe that obesity is healthy. I was almost 300 pounds and I worked on my feet all day and my body would hurt each day. My feet swollen all the time. Yeah, absolutely. And the thing about correlation to causation, here's the reality. We have known for a long time that obesity is very unhealthy for you. And they're learning more and more about it all the time. Fat cells release, like another reason why it's more cancers, by the way, like endometrial cancer. Endometrial cancer normally happens in people with higher estrogen levels. And fat cells, the more fat you have, the more estrogen your body has. Reality. It's just a reality, So please do understand, we are not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. Like, we're not. It's just reality, Like, I wish nothing but if Sophia does come across me, by the way, just so everyone knows, PayPal offers a pay in 4 options when I went to check it out. That's on your side too. But it'll send it to me all at once for the coaching. But if you want to check it out, if Melinda May, please do join. We would look forward to working with you. Obesity equals vid death. It really, really does. The one thing I wanted to leave everybody on, and this is so everybody can understand where we're at. Now, a couple of things I've said have, obviously upset some people. But I did want to just say that you can literally go to this website, and this website right here, okay, that I'm about to take you to. All right, let's see. What's up? What do you think are the best workouts for mildly obese teen? I have to start working out and eating better, but I would like to hear some of your tips. For a mildly obese teen, you should talk to your parents. And you should try, the biggest thing you can do is try to walk more. I'm not going to prescribe workouts to anybody, let alone a teen. You should talk to your parents and eat less. Eat less, move more. Melinda, I really didn't know that. I thought you had to pay straight up. No, and I think that's on your guys' end, because I didn't put that in. So that would be on your guys' end, something with PayPal, I think. Hey, Anna, I eat fruits and veggies almost all for all of my meals. Do you think that's too much? No. It depends on if you're healthy or not. Like if you're getting enough protein also in too, like you definitely should make sure you're getting your allotment of protein, that you're eating like in accordance to the other things with it also. So, but just to be really, really, really honest, as long as you're getting your protein in and that's good for you, that's good for me, Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Anyway, veggies cause cancer. That's proven. Veggies put you at higher risk. Stop it. Like now you're just being stupid. You're being silly. Alan and Chris are wonderful coaches. I'm obese and working with them. They're understanding and encouraging and truly help. The accountability is challenging but necessary. They're awesome. Melinda, Mindy, thank you very much. I appreciate you very much. I was reading the name below you too. As someone who is on a budget, I figured more people would want to know. I appreciate it very, very, very much. I really do, Melinda. I appreciate it. I believe. Okay. Boom, boom. And yeah, the Sophia thing. So, I think so too. She has to be. And Sophia and David are the same person. I believe that that's true too. I really do. Now, just so everybody understands, and I don't mean this in any negative way. I don't want people to think that. I don't want people to think that I speak out of turn. But I did very clearly state a while ago that we should look at the death rates of what's going on. So I just want everybody to understand where we're coming from with this. This is, as we shared the CDC earlier, this is the WHO website. I don't know if you guys can see the full thing of where it's at, but this is the WHO website, Bulletin, World Health Organization. I think you guys can see that, right? Yeah, good. Just so everybody understands what's going on here with this. If we scroll down, whoops, maybe not quite that big. When you scroll down, you get to estimated prevalences. And then right here, we have inferred infection fatality rate corrected. An inferred infection fatality rate, 70 years and below corrected, right? So if you go down and look, I want everybody to check out right here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. I'll pull it up big so we can see it a little bit bigger. But just so everybody's aware, this is the World Health Organization website. This is a study by Dr. John Ioannidis from forever ago, over a year and a couple months ago, that was posted, peer reviewed, put on here, that says the inferred infection fatality rate in Florida was 0.25 for everybody, including all comorbidities and everything like that. That is in line with the seasonal flu. Just to be real, the inferred infection fatality rate for people that are under 70 is 0.08. That is vastly less than the seasonal flu, and it is held true. It's on the World Health Organization website. So I just really encourage people, I really do, to understand that I am not trying. And you can check this up, and you can go Dr. Johnny. I suggest you use DuckDuckGo, but Dr. Johnny Ioannidis, WHO, inferred, and you'll get to this. Okay, that's the thing. I mean, everybody should understand this is not in any way, and I mean literally. You only look at Florida. Well, we can look at other places. We can look at let's see. We can look at Utah. Utah, it's 0.08 and 0.03. You can look at Pennsylvania, where it's 0.45, which is a bad seasonal flu, and for under 70, it's 0.10. The whole point behind this is that if you would include in comorbidities, again, people. This is on the World Health Organization website. So why can't you drag up new stats? These are the stats being used by the World Health Organization. So can you Zoom? We do Zoom for all of our classes, actually. So anyway, yoga is not healthy either. Check the studies. Now you're silly. Now you're just silly. So Florida proves Allen's point because its retiree magnet has been open for the entire pandemic. I've never even owned a facial decoration. So never owned. Have most likely 17 million. Crazy numbers. Anyway, guys, listen. So for those of you that haven't already or haven't thought about it, this is the coaching specialist offered just for this live. I probably won't do this again except for one time, a month or maybe whatever. We might do it for different stuff. But that is for this live. It's going to be live for 10 minutes after I get off the air. So it will be live. I'll even extend that. It's going to be live till 1 p.m. Eastern. You guys can go to that link. And after that, I'm going to kill that link. And that offer's off the table. But please do check it out. We are looking forward to working with many of you. Daily communication via our app, weekly video conference calls, live pre-recorded classes with Crystal, everything from yoga to HIIT style trainings. We are doing walks 4 to 5 times a day on our treadmill where we guide people through walking, just get people started, just helping them walk. Adjustments on hunger based on trying to keep the person satiated. We work with everybody of every fitness level. So please do check that out. I hope all of you have a great day, but I got some stuff to do before I get going to this concert tonight. And I am going to have a phenomenal time down here in the free state of Florida, surrounded by hundreds of other people at a live band venue, not worrying about a damn thing besides having a good time. And I hope you can do the same. Happy New Year, everybody. God damn.